Time now for the Dallas Cowboy Hour on WPSL. Come on, you said you were a Dallas fan. Come on.
I am happy. I am happy that the Dallas won, but that's a personal note right there. But good morning, everyone. Good morning. I hope everyone is having a great day today. And this is Roxy with Careology, and we are just happy to be here. I'm wishing everybody a happy Monday today for December the 11th. And I have Miles with me this morning.
Well, it's a pleasure, Roxy, to be here.
His last show.
No, it's not. It is not his last show.
Well, he said this is his last show if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan.
I have I'm a fan with a lot.
I might be able to make an exception, Greg, for Roxy.
Thank you. We have a lot of things going on with Careback, but you know what? The Dallas, they played a good team.
They did.
They played Philly's a good team. They played a good team, but they were on fire, and we are grateful for that. And we just want to tell everyone, sorry if you were a Phillies fan and you lost, but it's okay. You know, it's okay. It's okay, Greg. We will help you with your wounds. But Miles is here with me. Miles, it is so good. There's a long time we haven't done this.
That's right.
Yeah, you guys. I've never seen you guys do a show together.
Yes,
the first time I was on, we did it.
Yeah,
together.
we did a show together.
We talked about power of sleep and how it's important to get enough sleep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it was a good show, but Miles does his second week, and we just decided, you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and just do it. Come closer to me, dear. And and
there we go.
Miles is, for those who don't know, Miles is a very, very, very loved board member on CareBag's board, and we are just so happy to have him. And he's a board member that is in tune and there and very active. Physically active. He helps manage our mobile shower units when we go out, and we are so grateful for him. He's been with us. How many years now? You've been with us from the beginning.
I think on the board. 5 years, I think.
Yeah, but he's been with us from the beginning when we first started as a volunteer, and just loved and grew him and his beautiful wife. So since you're here, they always say, give roses that you can smell them. So thank you.
You are so welcome. It's a privilege to be part of this effort to bring awareness and to bring services to a population that sometimes gets forgotten. And really, for me, it's a value because you get a different perspective on life, and you don't take as many things for granted.
That is absolutely true. So those of you who are saying, what is CareBag? CareBag is a nonprofit here on the Treasure Coast, and we cover the Treasure Coast from Sebastian all the way down to the Palm Beaches as far as Boca, and we have gone into Broward. We look after the homeless and families that are in need. We do this through our mobile shower units and our mobile hygiene pantry, and also our office that's open on Thursday. And what we do is we provide hygiene items, no food whatsoever. This can be everything you used in your bathroom this morning. There are so many families that do not have access to this. Children are bullied because they don't have clean underwear. They didn't have toothpaste. They couldn't take a shower. Women can't go to work because they don't have feminine items. Children don't have diapers. The elderly need Depends. A lot of mothers are working, and if they don't have extra diapers to bring to the daycare, their child cannot come to school. So that means now they are home, which in turn, that means they will now lose their job if it's in excess of too many days. So there's consequences to a lot of things by not having proper hygiene. We just went through a pandemic where we were told to wash your hands, which I find that very funny, because we all should be washing our hands when we leave the bathroom or anything that we do. So we all know firsthand how pivotal good health and good hygiene is. And we've been doing this. January makes 7 years. January 17th coming up means CareBag is now 17 years old. So we have been doing this a while. We are a young grassroots nonprofit, but we do the work. And we have our shower units in Fort Pierce. We have our shower units in Vero, and we have our shower units at right now temporary helping out La Haya as they do their construction. So we're doing the work. Our mobile hygiene pantry is in Gifford this week. This Wednesday we are in Gifford, and we're every Wednesday we are either in Gifford, we are in Hope Sound, Banner Lake, and the Gomez community, and then we are also in Fort Pierce at our one of our locations where we started at. It's right on Hartman Road, and it is escaping me right now. What
So
did we-
Grace,
Graceway Village.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's why Miles is here today. So we are drenched in the community, and we are helping our elderly, we're helping our children, we are helping the community that is surround us, our neighbors without walls. These are individuals who are making a decision to leave their apartments, leave their homes to live in their cars because they just can't afford it. Things are so expensive. So we are very happy that we're able to do this. If you'd like to find out more about CareBag, go to givecarebag.com and it will take you right to our official website. And as you get there, if you'd like to make a donation, we love that. It's coming towards the end of year. And if you have that extra money hanging around that you just got to get rid of, please think of CareBag.
Yes,
Inc.
please.
We are a nonprofit and we can take your donation.
shower
and
us, shower us with your
love.
That's right.
I love that. Shower us with your love, and we'll be happy to send you a receipt for any tax purposes. Talk to someone that does your finances and find out what's the best way you can do that. We always want you to make a right decision on that. And as
Don't we
you-
have some events coming up?
Yeah, if you go to our website, that's what we have. Next week, we have our sneaker drive for our kids. We decided to go ahead and give, instead of toys, we have WPSL Christmas Kids. They do that here. So we decided to go ahead and do sneakers. A lot of children are really in need. Parents are really in need and can't afford new footwear for their child to go back to school for the next year. So every child that signed up, a little over 200 children, will be getting new sneakers. They'll be getting socks. Some will be getting underwear, pajamas, just little things that line up with our mission, proper hygiene. We deal with 11 schools. We have counselors, guidance counselors, teachers coming into our office, letting us know this child had no underwear on, this child had no socks. You know, we're giving out packages to so many schools right here in St. Lucie County. So we decided this was a this was a need. This wasn't a want. Christmas gifts are a want that we want our children to have. We want them to feel the holidays. We want them to feel the spirit of giving. But we have so many good organizations that do that. So we wanted to stick to our mission. And that is part of our mission. So we're doing that I keep saying January. We're doing that December the 22nd on a Friday from 4 to 8. And we're going to have Santa Claus. We're going to have a Santa workshop. If you'd like to come down and see what we do, if you'd like to donate to the children, we are still accepting donations. We'd be happy to do that. And then in
Where is that
January,
going to be?
That's going to be at our office.
Where's that located?
6985 Hancock Drive, right here in Port St. Lucie.
Oh,
You're right there
that's
by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
That's right.
That's right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we're a dead end. It's Carlton Square Plaza. It is a dead end. So you're right, Greg. You just go in the Hancock Drive. It's a side road, and it takes you right to our office. Our CareBag logo is right there. You can't miss us.
Did I see a spare office in the center? I think I did.
There was.
Uh-oh, there was.
There was.
I waited too long.
You waited too long. I saw somebody take it and go. So it is.
That's-
I saw some young kids going in. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm gonna find out. Nothing is on there yet, but I will find out what it is.
That would be easier for you to do your show.
So we're gonna find out what that is.
Oh, that would be
but-
convenient.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Just get up and just hop right across. I love that.
Yeah.
But in January we have our big event coming up. We have Jeff Luck, former NFL player. He will be there to help, and Channel 25 will also be there. And we're happy to have the support from our community. And this fundraiser is our main fundraiser, isn't it?
That's the
Our
gala
gala brunch.
luncheon, gala brunchin.
That's right. We do a brunchin. I love the brunchin.
Yeah.
We do a brunchin because you get the rest of your day. You get the rest of your day, and you get to get a good cause. And
Beautiful
we have,
venue.
beautiful venue. And we have Toby Overoff has gone ahead, and you can win to go ahead and play some golf with him. And you could also go ahead and win. We have auction prizes that you can go ahead and auction to have lunch with one of our congressmen.
Wow.
That would be nice.
And you
Nice.
get to
Yeah.
rub elbows with the people that are
right.
like-minded like you that want to give
That's right.
back to the community.
Congressman Mass has gone ahead and just beautifully gone ahead and said he'd love to support us with that. So we're looking to go ahead and auction that off. We have some beautiful, beautiful jewelry from our own St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins.
The Hawk is going to be there.
That's right. He'll be our auctioneer, and he's given us some beautiful items.
Wait a minute. Is Hawk going to bring his harmonica?
I don't know about that,
Have
but
him
he is
play.
quite the musician.
He definitely-
Yeah.
Greg is just going up that ladder with me.
Hey, you should have him bring the invaders.
Now
there.
that you said that,
It's Aloha brunch, so I don't know how much the
That's
hey,
cool.
he could do
No, no,
one
no, no.
song.
He
He can
could
make
do-
it
he-
Aloha.
You can do him Aloha.
You do
Yeah.
it very short.
He's a man of many talents.
Many talents.
could
We,
do
we
a
gotta
little-
we gotta talk to
A
him
little
about that.
medley.
Yeah,
A
it's
little,
what
we
That's
gotta
what
talk to-
Careology's all about, a little brainstorming.
There
here.
you go. I love that.
Yeah,
But are you looking forward to our brunch, Miles?
I'm looking very forward to our brunch. It's always a great event. And
Last year was Tiffany.
Breakfast with Tiffany's
Tiffany.
was the theme last
Mhm.
year, and Heidi and I, we got up on the dance floor, and you had a great
Yes.
band
Band.
there doing like some Sinatra type
Mhm.
stuff, and we really had a good time. So that
We
was,
did.
and you felt good because
Who's Sinatra?
Frank
I'm
Sinatra.
sorry, I'm not that
What?
old. Oh.
Right. Oh, yeah. It was that era of music, and it was wonderful. And when I think of breakfast for Tiffany's theme, I think of that song "Moon River."
Mm.
So that was one of my favorite songs. So
Yes.
Moon River.
There
Oh,
there
he
we
can
go.
sing with Hawk.
Yes, it is a talk show, but sometimes we do have a little bit of music here, so that's all good. But those are the things we have going on with Care Bag. And for those of you who are continually listening to us from our Tuesday 6 p.m. and now we move to Monday at 10:05, you see the work we do. We are drenched in the community. We love to partner with other nonprofits. We love to partner with other businesses. We have so many. There's not enough time for me just to go ahead and go through the businesses that support us over and over again. And we just want to say thank you for everyone listening and supporting us. Thank you.
It's
we're
amazing.
based.
We're blessed. I mean,
Yeah.
and then, I just have to tell the story. We, as a board member, Roxy came in and said, "I'm going to do a radio show." And on the board, we were like, what do you do? I'm going to call it Careology. And I already have sponsors. And I'm like, what? and we were like scratching our head. We're like, what, that's not really our mission. But then she explained how this is a way to connect other nonprofits, to build awareness in the community, bring other people in besides just talk about Care Bag. And I have to say, it's been one of your best inspirations is doing this show, because it also showcases your voice, and you're very passionate about a lot of community issues that you get to put on the airwaves here. So I congratulate you for doing Careology, Roxy.
Oh, well, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I think when something sits in you and it's a passion, it just comes out.
Yeah.
It comes out,
Does.
and you know when you dream it, eat it, and sleep it, you know it's good. You can't have a dream. If you have a dream to do something and you don't wake up from it, it's just a dream.
Yeah, you have to put some action.
You have
into
to
it.
put some action
Yeah.
into it. And just talking about good things, I just want to jump a little bit backward. Our event that we're having on Friday, December the 21st, we are going to have a Santa workshop. And if you want to see a beautiful Santa workshop, it is going to be put together by Hearts Unfold. They did our baby shower. And if
Wow.
anyone saw the pictures of our baby shower,
That was a successful event.
oh, very successful.
People were talking about. They're still talking
They're
about.
still
that.
talking about it. And the person that did it, Janelle with Hearts Unfold, the CEO and president of Hearts Unfold, she is making us a beautiful Santa workshop. And if you'd like to come and just take pictures, you are free to do so.
Does she need any helpers to help put that workshop together?
We actually have some Santa elves and her workshop to do that already.
Okay, so
Yeah.
but there's other volunteers we
There
need
are-
at Care Bag.
Oh, yes. We are doing this from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. So if you are interested in volunteering, grab a pen, I'm going to give you a number to text, and you can go ahead and text us and just say you're interested in volunteering. I'll give it 772-222-7399. We are still looking for volunteers between the hours of 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. We are having over 200 children, and we're giving the families allocated times to come in. So if you'd like to volunteer any one of those times, and you can see firsthand the look on these children's faces, what we do, because the parents must be present with the children. This is not sneakers. These are not things they're going to get to sell and give to anyone else. The children get them. They get to open it right then and there. Those are our rules. CareBag has rules. The children could open it, and the children must be present. And the reason I say that lines up with what we're going to talk about today. So
What are we talking about today?
scamming. That's a big thing right now.
What we hear the word scam, like when you talk about scam, what are you talking about?
So the definition for scammer is a person who commits fraud or participates in a dishonest scheme. That's what a scammer is. And
your American Express card is due for payment if you want to make a payment on that.
Yes, and you can make a payment right now, or we're going to come to your house and we're going to go ahead and we're going to take your card and we're going to take everything out your closet.
Well,
so
I could make a payment because I have a wealthy friend that lives overseas. It says I got $10 million waiting for me.
Congratulations.
So I could make that payment, no problem.
Oh no, I got another one. I could make that payment even quicker because I just inherited
That's right.
$20 million. And the person that inherited to me was a king, and he died that I never heard of. So this is a serious note.
Those are the easy ones.
This is a serious conversation, but let's just go on the other edge. How dumb do you got to be?
No, well, it's not. No,
No,
because
let's think.
I think it's not, because there are a lot of folks that
Really
as you get older,
When this happens to seniors, it's scary.
as you get older, you lose that ability sometimes, depending how your brain's functioning, to determine those things that seem so easy. So a lot of those scams that we easily identify are not easily identified if you're losing your memory, you're losing your thought process, and so they target those people.
Roxy, you notice he's looking at me
when he says that. So because he's looking at you, I'm just letting him go.
I'm thinking of a few people that have been tricked, and we're kind of joking, but if you are into that age bracket, have somebody look at these things before you respond to them, that you can go to for help, because sometimes there is a time where you need to provide certain things, but you have to have it checked out first.
We had the sheriff's office in on the Christmas Kids show, and he was talking about that outside before the show started. It was all the scams. He says, my God. He said, we just go from one to another.
One extreme to another.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, I've almost gotten taken. I started a new job a couple of years ago, and I got a text message from my new boss, Miles. When you're available, can you please text me? I'm in a meeting. I need you to do something for me.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm like, I wanted to be there for my new boss. I said, absolutely. What do you need me to do? Well, when you're available, please let me know. I need you to get something for me. What do you need me to get? Well, if you could go get some gift cards. And so I drove to the grocery store, and my little voice was screaming in the back of my head, this doesn't seem right. This doesn't seem right. And then Heidi's like, you can't do this. But what they do is they get you in a state of panic where you have to do it right away. So that's really my little tidbit of information. If somebody is asking you to do something, putting you in a state of panic, then that's your clue right there, that it's very rarely is it that important that something has to be done that quick. So if they're trying to put you in a state of panic, that's a warning sign.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, well, I need you to get two $200 Apple gift cards.
Yeah. And when you get it, text me
it. So what I did, I said, well, can you please tell me what we discussed in our meeting this morning? And you know what? It was pretty close what the guy guessed.
Wow.
No way.
It was pretty close, but it wasn't what we talked. But it was pretty close. So what I did was I drew a picture of an Apple gift card and I took a picture and I sent it to him. I said, you should be ashamed of yourself
Mm.
because they almost got me. And I'm pretty savvy, but it really can happen to anybody. I know somebody that they got into their laptop and they said, then they called the person. They said, it looks like your Apple ID's been compromised. You're going to have to do these things on your laptop.
Yep.
And you're going to have to allow us access so we can correct the problem that they
Oh.
created.
The problem.
They created the
The
problem. And then
problem.
they had this person run around town and buy gift cards to send to them. And they even said, look, if somebody asks you why you're doing this,
Don't tell.
don't tell them because that's part of the thing. They had it
So they had the script.
they had
well.
it down. And so that's the thing. If they're asking you to do something that's a sense of urgency or a sense of panic, stop, time out is not real.
Well, I'm also going to add to that, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say the name. I was in a meeting. I sit on the board with Sean Boyle of Children's Services
Oh, yeah.
Council,
Good guy.
and I had my phone, and all of a sudden I got an email from him. He's sitting at the head of the table, and I got an email, Roxy, I'm in a meeting, and blah blah blah. But I've gotten a couple of these, and I looked at the email. They used his name with a couple different things. I'm in a meeting, a very important meeting. So I emailed back because I knew right then it was a fraud. I took a picture of it. I sent it to Sean and he looked at me like, and after he said, what's going on? I said, I get these constantly. And I took my phone and I showed him. He said, oh my goodness. Because what happened is they looked on the website, they saw that we knew each other.
Right.
And
Like
they,
LinkedIn or something like that.
they
Yeah.
looked on the website of the board that we sat on.
Sure.
And they sent it, but they sent it the day that I was actually at the meeting with him. And I sent them and I said, really? I said, I'm looking at you right now. Why would you need this? And everything stops.
Right.
People, not only do you need to use that little bird in the back of your head, that little, like Miles said, you feel that little zing and uncomfortableness. We need to be alert.
Yeah.
Go back to your email and look who's sending it from you. Just because you know them, look at the email.
Or how about the
Sure.
one, we have a package we can't deliver from
Yes.
the United States Post
Oh.
Office.
Don't click on it.
I mean,
Or Amazon. Either one. Some
it's-
of those.
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
if you're in a hurry, in a rush, or you're
Mhm.
waiting for that package,
Or if you know you have something coming.
and so you're gonna, and usually, but by clicking on it, it's not the thing, but it's then we need your information to prove
Mhm.
it's you. We need this. We need that. They're looking for information,
to get it to your
and
computer.
all of a sudden you give them your bank account information so they
Mhm.
can refund you or something
Yes.
like that. And that,
Do you get the one from Norton Virus?
yep.
Oh,
Oh, I
got
have a
that
bill.
too.
I
Yeah.
got a bill.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
Microsoft.
I mean, you go
Here's
right
your
to-
invoice.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
your
And
invoice.
And then you
gotta
know
pay.
you don't have an invoice for $800. So
Yeah.
the first thing you do is you go to your bank account and you go to see if anything's been taken out. But you never, I was talking to a
Ugh,
person,
it's
a
terrible.
security. They said you never do it from where you open the email. And that's the first thing we do. If we look at it on our phone and that email is open and you go to your bank account, you've just given them wide access.
So my advice is phone a friend.
Mhm.
If you think it's suspicious, it probably
Yeah.
is, but just call a person you know
You
and
know.
trust and say, I just got this. What do you
Mhm.
think? Two heads are better than one.
Yeah.
That helps.
And if it's from the person, if it's they say, oh, I'm in a meeting and you know that person, wait, send that person a
Mm. Right.
text. Send that person a text. Did you just text me? Did you need help? Is
Right.
everything okay? Just go ahead and do that. So I'm going to tell you something that just happened to me. Everyone knows I went away. I have a friend that left here and moved over to California. And me and her were talking on the phone. We were talking on the phone like just for an hour. 20-30 minutes later, I got a text from her. Roxy, I'm in deep a little thing. Is it okay if you go ahead and can you Zelle me some money? I just got off the phone with her. Okay. So 9 times out of 10, that's right. We got each other's phone. So I just happened to go ahead and call her back. And I said, we were just talking for an hour. Why didn't you tell me you needed something? She said, I don't need anything. I said, you just sent me the text. And she said, someone duplicated her phone.
There you go.
Duplicated her phone.
Right.
Not only did they duplicate her phone, they used her number and got it on a Zelle. So that means If I had sent it to her, I just talked to her.
Right.
They duplicated her phone. So that means if I had sent it to her, it would have gone to them.
Yes.
And she's talking on the same phone and they're texting me while I'm
Yeah.
talking to
Talk
her.
to the person.
Talk
Make
to the
sure it's
person.
their right voice and everything.
Yes.
Somebody went into my bank during the pandemic with, everybody had masks on,
Mhm.
right?
Sure.
And they deposited 2 bogus checks in my account for like $6,000.
Ooh.
Then they withdrew 5,000.
Mm.
They drained my bank account.
And yeah.
I mean, so
And how
they
do you
went
get
into,
ID when somebody's wearing a
no, they
mask?
had a fake ID.
Wow.
They had a fake ID. They had 2 bogus checks. They walked into the bank and then said, I needed to withdraw, and they just brazenly did that. These are the types of scams that are out there. So
many.
So if you have a bank that you bank with, especially if it's a local bank, just instruct them what can and can't happen at the bank and what you would like them to ask, and make sure your security questions are up to date. Because what this bank failed to do is this person didn't pass the security question, but they still gave them the money
Right.
anyway.
Yeah.
And so you have
no.
to instruct your bank
Yeah.
about what you would like in the security questions, that you make sure they're
See, I wouldn't even.
it's just
I wouldn't
little,
even remember the security questions.
it's incredible how much of this goes on, especially with Zelle and with all these apps and things like that. So another one as common is the debit cards. You're not really as protected with your debit card as you are with a credit card. And so
Yeah.
if you have a debit card and somebody gets that number,
That's it.
that's coming right out of your
Yeah, it's
your
coming
bank
right out
account.
of
You
it.
really
That's cash.
That's
right.
cash,
You really
yeah.
have to be
cash.
very, very careful with both, but especially your debit card. And so that's another one you got to be careful of.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This is, I just looked at the time. I'm like, oh my goodness, we have to take a break because our sponsors make this show possible. And we want to say thank you, thank you, thank
Oh,
you.
yes.
So we will be back on how we can protect ourselves, especially over this holiday season and with coming into the time where we spend money and people are looking to get your money. So we will be back after these important messages from our very important sponsors. Hi, this is Roxy from Careology, and I just want to talk about volunteering. Volunteers don't necessarily have the time, but they have the heart. It takes courage and dedication to offer your time and skills to help out a cause that is a noble act that deserves recognition. Volunteering is a great way to make a difference in our community, and CareBag needs your help. We are looking for dedicated volunteers. So please get a pen, get a paper, and take down this number. It's 772-222-7399. Call us and let us know you're interested. We are looking for volunteers for the evening hours between 5 and 8 p.m. to go to our soup kitchens with our new mobile hygiene pantry. I look forward to hearing from every one of you. And remember, volunteers don't necessarily have the time, but they have the heart. Thank you.
Have you been wondering what your valuables are worth? Bring them to St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin, and their friendly staff will tell you, and they'll pay you top dollar. Hi, it's Evan 9 from the morning show, and I can personally tell you from experience that St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin is the place to go for all your jewelry needs.
Hi, this is Hawk Levy from St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins. I want to tell you all thank you for voting us #1 again. Best jewelry and coin dealer, best gold and silver buyer, and best jewelry store.
You know the demand has never been more for fine jewelry, signed jewelry pieces, coins, coin collections, paper money, Rolex, and all luxury watches, even designer purses. You ask why you should sell to St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin? It's real simple. They buy your jewelry as jewelry and not scrap. They resell everything on the international auction platform and in their local store. St. Lucie Jewelry does free confidential appraisals and house calls as well. St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin, located at US 1 and Walton Road in the Publix Plaza.
If you could reimagine the way you buy a car, what would you do? Make it simple, make negotiations disappear, demand transparency, then experience amazing at your Treasure Coast Lexus dealer. Car Buying Simplified. Treasure Coast Lexus is a proud sponsor of Careology, caring and supporting for our community. Car Buying Simplified. Check out your Treasure Coast Lexus dealer.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
Now back to Careology with a dynamic duo today.
I like that.
Feel you.
The
I feel ya.
dynamic duo. So we're talking about scams that we have going on, and these are some of the scams that a lot of people are hearing. And for those that your phone has not rung and you have never been scammed and no one has ever called you, you are the lucky ones. So a lot of people get threatening calls from the IRS. The IRS, and I love that the IRS puts this out. The IRS never calls. We're going to say that again. The IRS does not call you, you call them. Everything for the IRS is in letter formation. Threatening calls from the IRS or other government agencies, they do not call. And people don't know that. Technical support, asking for personal and financial information. So this is where this is how I tell some people, because we have a lot of elderly people that come into our office, and this is how I explain it to them. If your washing machine or your fridge stops working, how will someone know? That's a pause right there. No one is going to know if you need technical support, only you do. So when something is wrong in your house, you have to make the call for help. Nobody can call you to tell you you need help.
How about my car warranty
That
on a car I don't have?
on a car you don't have. I love that one.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
On a car you
yes.
don't have. When I get those
How about
calls,
that one?
when I get those calls and I have spare time to spare, which I don't, but I really want to mess with someone, I have had scammers actually curse me out because I have taken their precious time and I have gone through the whole scenario with them. I have been
Beautiful.
so upset.
You know,
I start
find that so
crying.
hard to believe that,
Yes.
that you
Yes.
would do that.
I would
Roxy
do that
Brown.
because guess what? If you can take someone's personal time, I can take your personal time. And Greg and Miles, I go, and my husband sits there and laughs. I sit there and my mom, I got it from my mom. My mom's up in age. She's in her late 80s. And my mom will take the time, but she's a smart one. My mom is, she's on the money. And my mom, she's retired, hey. And she'll sit there and she'll have you go through the whole scenario. And this is what she'll say: I'm gonna pray for you. Shame on you. And she'll banish them, banish them to hell.
Banish. I'm scared
Banish
just
them
hearing the
down.
word.
And
Whoa.
but you take time and you let them know. Imagine if you're supposed to use that ability you have for good. Just imagine how much you'll accomplish, Fake charity appeals, solicit donations for non-existent fraudulent causes. You can go to the IRS and you can go on the charity website on the IRS or on your state's charity, and you can put in the charity name and you can find out if the charity is real.
You know
That's
what
it.
I do?
What?
I just say, can I get your first and last name so we can alert the FBI? Bam, click.
That's another way of doing it too.
Wow.
Lottery,
That's strong.
That's
strong, Greg.
sweepstakes, competition scams require upfront fees or taxes to claim a prize. You know when you have a lottery ticket and you win. You have your sweepstakes ticket. Don't be fooled by that. Dating and romance scams and lure victims. Now, I want to stop on this one. They had a
I knew you were going to stop at this
Oh,
one.
yeah.
I just knew it.
They had a program on 2020 the other day, and this woman was in her mid 70s, and her husband had died. And this doctor found her, and he was so in love with her. And this was going on for 3 years. And he would send her pictures in his scrubs. He would send her pictures in the OR, the pictures with patients. And this 70-year-old woman just fell in love with this good-looking doctor that just
But they
found
never
her
actually met.
so appealing. No, you're messing up my story.
I'm
now.
sorry. I'm sorry.
And every time he needed something, because he was so busy in the OR and so busy in the hospital, he had no time to pay this. He had no time to pay that.
Oh.
But he had time to go pick up the money. He had time to go pick up the money until he drained this woman. And she said, when she realized her money was done, and she said, my money's done, you need to start repaying me. But this is what he did. She would send him money, and then a couple days later, he'd send her back. So she said, okay. It was like $200 the first. And she said, oh, let me just see. And then he'll send her back too, but he added a little more onto it to just say thank you. Oh, he's real. And the next time he'd borrow, let's say 1,000, and he'll send back the 1,000. And then when it went up to the 5,000, the 10,000, the 20,000, now now her money is depleted. That's how this works. Anything that happens to be too good is just it's too good. If somebody loves you and they have money, if they can go and get their money, they can go to their bank and they can cash their check. We need to start using, but you were right, Miles. In the beginning, what you said, they pick on the vulnerable.
Yep.
Now she was,
Yep.
her mind was right, but you see that love of the heart, when people are lonely, we talk about it on the show about people being lonely, people being vulnerable. This is how they get them. And this is what I say, Miles said it, talk to family and friends.
Yep.
You know, I met somebody and he's really good. Mama, you 80 years old. How old is he? Oh, he's a doctor and he's just falling in love with you. Yes, that can happen, but 9 times out of 10, let's be real.
It's always good to get a second opinion, right?
Always good to talk to family members.
Especially
talk
when
to
it's
a
the
friend.
doctor you met online.
That's right. That how he had time for this romance and he's so busy, I am yet to understand. When you say it out loud, it sounds absolutely ridiculous. But to the person that is caught into this, she said she was in love. I listened to this woman and my heart broke.
And it's hard for that individual who knows they've been duped to even talk about it. And that's where they get you, because you
Yes.
feel so
embarrassed
that this happened. So
You're
you
not
don't
gonna
share
say
it.
it,
You don't
yes.
share it. But just remember, if you are in one of these situations out there and you're feeling that sense of embarrassment, you not sharing this
Makes it
makes it
happen.
happen to somebody else.
Yes.
So it's okay. It's happened to me. I was literally at Publix ready to buy gift cards. It happens in the real estate things with wire transfers.
Mhm.
If you know any real estate agents, you can ask them. They have to be very, very careful when they're doing wire transfers,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it can happen. A client at a major hospital in South Florida, somebody called them up. They said, we've been waiting on this check for $10 million. This is a major hospital. And you think, wow. And, we had this and we were waiting and it turns out the CEO was out of town and they had all the right information. They had done their research. Was one little mistake they made that they didn't count on somebody's ego feeling bruised because they weren't involved in this big check. They got upset and they said, well, how come I wasn't consulted? Not because they were worried it was a scam, but that was the only thing that prevented $10 million false check leaving this hospital.
Oh.
Wow.
So these folks really do their homework.
Yes.
And you really have to double and triple check things. It's not a question of, oh, they weren't smart. They are really savvy.
They are
when the
savvy.
amounts get really high, and you really have to double and triple check. It's a group team effort, and I think that's so important while we're doing this, to just work this together. Don't feel like you're alone. If you're feeling that, reach out to your family, reach out to your friends, reach out to the consumer protection people out there. Don't make these quick decisions when it comes to your bank account and your information.
We have a dear friend who was at Stewart PD for a lot of years, Marty Jacobson, who's at the state attorney's office now. And he specializes in elder scams. And he was telling me the other day, he had some buttes that I hadn't heard yet. And he's going to do one of our weekend shows, and it's just going to be on that stuff. And of course, he's working on like the big lead stories you've seen recently, the pool scams, and some of that.
Oh,
What's the
yeah.
pool scam?
Where people
Oh.
come to go ahead and do a pool at your house, and they come and they dig, they get their deposit,
Yep.
and they leave. They said, "Oh, I have another house to do," and you go,
Oh.
you look,
Don't
and
come
you're
back.
left with a big,
Hole in the
massive
ground.
hole in the ground.
And you already
Actually,
you already paid for.
Oh,
yeah,
$10,000,
dollars,
$20,000,
deposit.
whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
look what's happened to us now in our own county.
Oh,
Look
well,
what's happened. You know,
that's a whole different
that's
thing.
a whole nother.
That's a
But that's a
ransomware.
hack.
That's
but
a
that's
ransomware.
hack. But
And
these
where
are
that
the same people.
Yeah, it's the weakest link is that you could have the securest computer system in
Yeah.
the world, but
Somebody pressed
you,
that wrong button.
you take your laptop home
Yeah.
or you have a thumb drive or something, and it's why you have to be really vigilant on
yeah.
these things.
Yeah, so you have to. So we want people to know. So we talked about threatening calls from the IRS. That doesn't happen. Technical support calls, you make your calls. Fake charity appeals, lottery scams, family members in peril, bank fraud calls. That's important. Insurance and healthcare debt debt scams, website password requests, fake customer requests, other urgent requests. Everyone, it hits everyone. CareBag itself was hit. We ended up losing our email because of that. We had ransom also to us. Lo and behold, they have no idea that I don't care about you. So I just switched to Outlook. You have to stand up. And what gets me, Craig and Miles, is that these are people that are sitting home with the ability to do so much, and they have the mind to do so good, and you have turned it over. And this is my question: if any of you cockroaches are listening, what about if this happened to your mom, your sister, your brother? If it happened to them, how would you feel? These are people that are hardworking.
Bad
How would
karma.
you feel? It comes back to you. Don't think that just because you're sitting there, and these scams are just not here. But what gets me is that they're in other parts of the world, and they're coming over here to do it. But what I like, the CIA, the FBI, they're getting involved. They're hopping on planes, and they're going to countries with the okay from the government and finding those people. I know it's happening in a lot of Caribbean countries. They're going over there and they're finding them. So they will find you. They will find you. People, I saw one, they did a movie that a guy was scammed out of his whole retirement money. And at the end of the movie, the guy sent a bag, and it was down to the penny of what they took. He looked at his wife, boxes were packed in the house, and he said, "Sweetie, we don't have to move." That is an indication of what people are going through right now. Just because of one bad click on their computer or answering the phone and just having that conversation, they talk to you like they know you. You see what I'm saying? They talk to you like they
Okay,
know
do you guys use Zelle?
Yes.
I use it through my
See, I
bank.
don't. I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, I use Zelle through my bank. So
Well,
you
it's
could
the only
use
way you can use it.
That's it. Well, they have the app now, but to be secure, and Zelle over the years have put in new precautions. So I'm just gonna say I'm sending
It's
it.
too old fashioned.
I know. I have a lot of people that Roxy, I'm not using it. Zelle has put in new precautions now. So when you use it through my bank, when you use it, and I know it comes from Zelle, the first thing they say, this is the person's name. Do you know them? They'll ask you to check the box. Do you personally know this person? Yes or no? If you click no, they said, please call your bank or please call.
Yeah.
If they say
Oh.
yes, then that means you have taken the responsibility that you know this person. If it's a business, the business names comes up. So my lawn man uses Zelle. He is a business. When I put in his name, I put in his number, and I click business. Do you know this business? Are you doing business with this business? Yes. If it's no, the transaction doesn't go through. So they ask you, do you personally know? And that is a question we need to ask. Do you personally know? And if you know you don't know, then it's no. You don't. And it's funny. And I talked about it when we were sitting in there in the lobby before the show. A lot of these people that are getting scammed, a lot of these things that are happening to people that are different, that when you call, they're not going to help friends. They're not going to help family. But you are feeling that comfortable to give your money to a total stranger. Because I had a friend, something just happened to her. And I said, and I know her, I said, you won't help your family, but you were okay in just giving your money to somebody you have no clue how they look, you know? And it makes you think. We need to think. I know the elderly are vulnerable, and we have institutions that are there to protect them. But some of us, like Miles said, you have that tinge in the back of
Yeah.
your neck. When something's not right with me, I know my hair is cut, but the little things start to pick on the back of my neck. And once I have that, oh no, that gut feeling, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I don't have
It's
to call a
important.
friend.
It's important, but if
Things
your
happen.
mind's not working
Yeah,
right,
that's
that
true.
that little voice, sometimes they don't hear that little voice. That's the problem.
Yeah, but we need to be vigilant in what we do.
Yeah.
And I know we're going to talk about this again. I want to get our security, our police department to coming and just talk about it, because this time of year is the time they know you got that little extra money you want to spend. They want to come at you. So we want everybody to be very vigilant. We do not want you to be taken advantage of. So please be careful. If you're not sure, phone a friend, talk to someone. Talk to a friend, like Miles said, get that second opinion. We want you to keep your money. Just be careful. You see a number you don't know, don't answer it. Don't answer it. You know, you see something on your computer and you're not sure, don't click it, you know?
Right. If you have a technical support person you commonly use for your
Call them.
computer support, make sure they're looking at your computer once a year to make sure
Mhm.
you're up to date on your virus
Yeah.
software and everything like that. But that you should have these conversations ahead of time. So if you have somebody to call that supports that, but a lot of folks don't have a tech support
Right.
person that they have that they can go to.
Yeah. And I know I can't believe time is up and we have to go. But I remember watching a video film with the gentleman that owns Facebook, now Meta. And while they were having the interview with him, I noticed on his computer that he covered his camera.
Yep.
And someone had a conversation with him, and he said sometimes you don't know when your camera's on or someone could hack your camera.
It's true.
He says, I always shut my camera on, my TV, everything that I do.
Yep.
And from that day, the Port St. Lucie police gives away little things to go over your camera that you can cover your
Yep.
camera. Go to them, ask them for one. It's a security godsend to have.
Yeah.
I put tape over mine when I shut my camera down. I shut off my camera on my Alexa. People, be vigilant. And I don't want to rush or start anything new because our time is there. This was a great show, Miles. We got to do this again.
I'm happy to do it again.
Yes.
You were saying social media. If you're going to go on a trip, don't advertise it ahead of
yes.
time, because
and don't show yourself on a plane.
It's when you get back, show all the pictures,
Yes.
because people look
Exactly.
at that stuff. Oh, they're out of town.
Let's get to their house.
Right.
You know, the weird one, though, the
Mhm.
real weird one,
Yes.
are the grandma and grandpa scare tactics. I'm in Europe
Right.
and I need help.
Right.
Now that happened when to us when our grandson got married,
Uh-huh.
they were honeymooning in Belize.
Yeah. Because they
Well,
posted it.
They did.
That's it.
And so all of a sudden, I get a call, and then Grandpa, you're in trouble, in Argentina. Bingo.
Right.
I knew that was wrong
Yeah.
because they were not
They
there.
were not there.
So, but with AI now,
Yep.
Yeah,
you
you,
can-
don't know the voice.
you can
don't know
clone anybody's
Yep.
voice.
Right.
anybody. So this is what we want people to know. It's very, very important. And this is why we did the show, because it's so much going on. And we want to protect our Careology. We want to just protect our community. We're in 40 plus countries. So every country is being hit by this.
Vigilance.
How many countries are we with, Greg, now?
Oh, we're over 60 now.
We're over in 60 countries.
Yes,
Woo!
yes.
But
That's
We just passed that. Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
We're over in 60 countries, and scammers are worldwide. So if you're anywhere listening to us, this is just for you. We love you.
We're coming to get you.
And we're coming to get you, but we want to protect our listeners. So from me, Miles, and Greg, this is Careology. We want to say thank you. This has been an awesome show, and we will be back next Monday.
Bye bye.
Definitely.
Thank you,
Bye
Roxy.
bye, guys. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your week.
Wow, what a show. I like this duo, huh? It was, you guys.
Made me realize we gotta do this again.
I,
next week.
I think you guys have got a future somehow.